What is truly essential is invisible, and that is music at its essence. We're going to start by teaching you a piece called Viva la Musica, and that might be familiar to many of you out there. And we're going to sing it once for you and then line it out and invite you to start the concert with us with this piece, Viva la Musica by Michael Pretorius. Full of volunteer soloists. So do I have like 4 or 5 people who are able to lead a small group up here? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Can you guys step right over here? And you're going to be in charge of leading. You can step right here. Look at that. There we go. You're going to lead this whole portion. You guys are all going to sing together. Yep. Hands up back there. Yes. Excellent. Okay. Do I have another 4 or 5 people who can lead this group over here? Okay. How about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes they don't count right. 6. Okay. We have 6 right over here. And then you guys stay right in the middle. We need somebody in the middle for this whole middle section. So we'll have this group start, and this group, and this group. And we're going to do it when I say sometimes TOS, to infinity, or when I say stop. I'll try not to make the concert last all night. Okay. Trumpets. One time together. Go. Viva, viva la musica. Viva, viva la musica. Viva la musica. Viva, viva la musica. Middle section. Not quite finished, that reminds us a little bit of our friend the Little Prince, right? We don't see him anymore, but we can look at the stars and imagine it's still there. That song left unfinished, it hasn't ended. That song's been around for over 400 years, it's still there. Even when we don't hear it, we know it's still there. And we can gather with a few people and start the song all over again, and the joy comes back. Welcome to our Britten Purcell Holst concert.
It's Randy Swiggum, everyone. Well, hi, I'm Mike Ross, Artistic Director of Medicine Youth Choirs.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lynn Humble, the Executive Director. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful night. It's wonderful to see you all.
We're here because of you, our donors, our supporters, our board of directors, our staff, our families, and of course, especially our singers.
We have some people to thank. Our concerts this weekend are generously supported by Pleasant T. Rowland Foundation, the W. Jerome Frautschi Foundation, American Girls Fund for Children, the Endress Manufacturing Company Foundation, and Kenneth A. Latman Foundation.
Funding also comes from Dane Arts, with additional funds from the Endress Manufacturing Company Foundation, the EBU Foundation, charitable arm of the Capital Times, the W. Jerome Frauchi Foundation, and the Pleasant Roland Foundation, the Madison Arts Commission, the Wisconsin Arts Board, with additional funds from the state of Wisconsin and the National Endowment for the Arts.
It's great to have so much support.
It is.
It's amazing.
Boy, I like that off the cuff. That's very nice. That's not written down.
It's a fun concert. We want to say a special thanks to Madison Top Company for underwriting our concert live streams tonight, actually this whole season. We're so grateful to them and to Audio for the Arts for all their good work in creating a beautiful recording of our concerts, which you can watch again and again because we post them on YouTube once the recording is finished. So since we are recording the concerts, thanks for silencing your cell phones, putting them away, being in the moment. We appreciate that.
Thanks, of course, to our wonderful, wonderful hosts at the beautiful new for us Verona Performing Arts Center. We're so glad to be in your wonderful space.
So we want to leave you with one of our favorite quotes from The Little Prince, the profoundly meaningful book that has framed our whole semester.
As the fox says to the little prince in chapter 22, one sees clearly only with the heart. Anything essential is invisible to the eyes.
It's the time that you spent on your rose that makes your rose so important. You become responsible forever for what you've tamed. Enjoy the concerts.
Hi, everyone. I don't know if it's possible that anybody doesn't know this, but this is a little too high. We spent this semester, here we go. We spent this semester with this little book, The Little Prince. If you didn't know that, if you're joining us tonight and you're like, whoa, what? A choir read a book? Yeah, every week we read a chapter or 2 or 3, and we talked about it. This book is pretty transformative, and you might wonder, why did we do that? And the reason is because we read it about 12 years ago, and it was one of our fondest memories of our time in NYC. It's one of the fondest things we did. Many, many people remember that time, and we wanted to recreate it in our 20th season, and it was even better this time around. If you want to know why we read this book, you can ask them, because they have a lot of insight into it. But we asked questions like, for example, why do we have in the English language the word perspective? This is one of our favorite things to talk about. Why do we have that word perspective? It's because we all have a different one, right? If we all saw everything exactly the same, we would have no need for that word, and we would have no need for art, because art is a chance for someone to say, you know, I've been thinking about sunrises, and I'd like to give you a little glimpse into how I'm thinking about sunrises, how I'm seeing sunrises. I'm going to paint a picture or create a piece of music or write a poem. This is the purpose of art, and this is one of the many, many things we've been exploring. I hope that you'll take time to read the program. The program is rich with ideas, and NYC, you know, we're all about ideas. It's not just about sounding pretty. It's about enlarging our imaginations, enlarging our sense of what's possible, and exploring the power of a work of art, whether it be that 300-year-old piece written for a queen, or this little book written less than 100 years ago, The Little Prince. We're going to take you to England now with a piece by our namesake composer of this group, Benjamin Britten, and it's a piece, I have to do a little poll here. Who likes to go fishing? Just curious. Where are you, fisher people? Okay. So, true fisher people, I'm told, it doesn't really matter how many fish you catch, true? It's more the experience, right? That's one of the hidden messages of this very delightful song by Benjamin Britten.
Oh, the gallant fisher's life, it is the
promised the singers I would share this email that we got this week, which made me weep. This is just a reminder that we stand in a long legacy in MYC. 20 years, that's amazing, right? 20 years. And both of the groups that merged 20 years ago, the Madison Children's Choir and the Madison Boy Choir, both had their own long histories before that. So we're looking at years and years of history. But this particular history was very meaningful to us because it was about one boy who sang in the boy choir, who is long, long gone, like college and beyond. And this came from his mom, who Margaret and I have not really talked to probably since her son was in ragazzi. And she sent this email out of the blue. And this just gives you a little sense of like what we're trying to do in NYC, the legacy of reading something like The Little Prince. She wrote, "Hello and happy spring. I just wanted to say how much I'm looking forward to the concert this weekend. I still remember the semester of The Little Prince for Liam. Oddly, I can't remember what choir he was in or what grade he was in, but I remember he was very young, still in elementary school. The night he got the book at NYC, he came home, and I think he read the entire book that night. After he went to bed, he kept coming back downstairs asking if he could read to us another passage that he liked. I know he reread that book multiple times and may have read it in full every single week before rehearsal. I was so glad to see this theme come up again for NYC. It makes me smile to think of other kids being so delighted and inspired. All of your themes in NYC are fantastic, and I've always loved all of the connections you make for the singers, but this one has a special place in my heart. See you at the concert." That's NYC in a nutshell.
I'll return in the cool of the day. Now is the cool of the day. Now is the cool of the day. Oh, this earth is a garden, the garden of my Lord, and he walks in this garden in the cool of the day. My Lord, he said unto me, do you like my pastures so free? You may live in this garden if you will feed my lambs, and I'll return in the cool of the day. Now is the cool of the day. Now is the cool of the day. Oh, this earth is a garden, the garden of my Lord, and he walks in this garden in the cool of the day. My Lord, he said unto me, do you like my garden so free? You may live in this garden if you keep my people free, and I'll return in the cool of the day. Now is the cool of the day. Now is the cool of the day. Oh, this earth is a garden, the garden of my Lord, and he walks in this garden in the cool of the day.
Okay, our last piece. This is not really a normal concert closer, right? It's not going to end with a whoop and make you all like feel joyful and happy about the world. It is a song that is rich with meaning and it's hopeful, but there's a lot of darkness and it's bittersweet. That occurred to us a few weeks ago as we realized we're going to end this concert with one of the darkest pieces ever written. But it was Holst that reminded me, like, that's the perfect piece to end a semester of looking at The Little Prince, which also is a very hopeful book, but has a darkness and a sadness that hangs over it, a real melancholy. So in a way, there may not be a better piece. I think several of these singers stayed after rehearsal last week, and we just talked about that. They were excited that this was the last piece, that there was no more fitting tribute to a metaphor and figurative language and a fable and a tale where you really have to pay attention to the lyrics to understand what is our responsibility to each other and what does relationship mean and what are the ideas and feelings and issues that really matter in this day or any other. So with that, we leave you with another classic piece, The Sound of Silence, and we hope you all read The Little Prince. Thanks so much for being here, and thanks for sharing this experience with us.